The rain whispered outside against the window, and the soft sound filled the little house with calm. Inside the nursery, the dim light of a small lamp painted everything in golden warmth. On the blanket-covered floor sat a baby. His name was Noah, his cheeks soft and rosy, his tiny hands playing with the edge of his blanket. Beside him lay a cat, gray and white. Her name was Misty, her fur thick and gentle, like a cloud. She had been in this home long before Noah was born. She had watched the family change. She had watched the baby arrive, and since the first day she saw him, she never left his side. When Noah cried for the first time after coming home, Misty was there, sitting near the crib, her ears perked up listening, her eyes full of wonder. She climbed softly into the rocking chair and stayed there all night, as if guarding the new heartbeat that had joined the house from that night onward. The rhythm of their lives became one. Whenever Noah slept, Misty slept near his feet. Whenever he woke up and began to make his soft little noises, she would raise her head, stretch, and meow quietly, as if answering his call. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The baby grew stronger, learning to crawl and to reach for things that shone or moved. Misty followed him everywhere. She watched him discover the world in tiny steps. When he reached for her tail, she didn't run. She simply turned and wrapped herself around him, letting him grab her fur softly, as if she understood that his touch was not to hurt, but to explore. At night, the house became silent, except for the soft ticking of the clock and the breathing of the baby. Misty always chose to sleep right next to the crib. Sometimes she would jump lightly inside the crib's player lower drawer, curling herself in a ball near his blanket. Other times she sat with her eyes half closed, watching over him as if counting every breath he took. The mother would peek into the room and smile quietly, because she knew that, even in her absence, her baby was never truly alone. One evening, the rain was heavy, and thunder rolled across the sky. The lights flickered, and the baby woke up startled. His small cry echoed through the hall. But before his mother could reach the room, Misty was already there. She jumped onto the bed and pressed her warm body close to the baby's side, purring softly. That low sound like the heartbeat of comfort. Noah stopped crying. His small fingers clutched at her fur, and soon he fell asleep again, his cheek resting against her side. And Misty did not move all night. Time passed. The baby began to walk his steps, uncertain and full of wonder, and Misty was always near, sometimes leading him from room to room with a flick of her tail, sometimes waiting patiently while he tried to stand. When he fell, she came close and rubbed her head against his hand as if to say, "It's okay, try again," and he would giggle every time. There was a quiet magic in the way they understood each other. No words, just warmth and presence. On winter mornings, Noah would sit by the window wrapped in his blanket, Misty curled up in his lap. Together they watched the snow fall outside, their breaths making small clouds against the glass. As the boy grew, the bond only deepened. He learned to call her name in his soft baby voice, and every time she heard it, she came running. Even if she was asleep, she would climb into his arms, press her head against his chest, and purr, as if telling him, "I'm here, and I always will be." Years would pass, and Noah would outgrow his crib. His toys would change, but Misty would remain there through every season, through every quiet night in that little house, where rain and warmth mixed in the air, and where one cat and one child had found something bigger than words, a love that began before either of them could understand what love meant. And sometimes, even when Noah was older, he would wake in the night, feeling a soft purr beside him, knowing, without opening his eyes, that Misty was still there, watching, still loving, still guarding, the same way she did when he was only a tiny dream wrapped in a blanket. Please leave a like on this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to The Gentle Bond for more incredible true stories of love, loyalty, and the magic that happens when a pet becomes family.